Most of y'all don't know this about me, but I used to drink really bad. I started drinking when I was probably like 14 years old. I was kind of shy and I was kind of awkward around people. People would say stupid things and I would laugh at them and I felt stupid for laughing. Like I was embarrassed of myself all the time. And I never knew like what to do with my hands. I was just awkward. And when I took my first drink, I was at this party. It was a graduation party, and my boyfriend at the time, I was 14, he was like 17. So we went to this party, and it was in the country down this long, dark country road. And we pull up, and there's like cars everywhere, and lights and music is playing, and it's one of those kind of parties. And I had drank, I think, like beer before, but it was disgusting, and so I was like not a fan. They had at this party was something called PJ, and they made it by like soaking Everclear, which is like a kind of alcohol, in like a big tub of fruit and Hawaiian punch, and like the fruit would soak the alcohol up. And so my boyfriend, he gave me a cup, and he said, "Go easy on this. You're like a buck 20. You're gonna get drunk really easy." He was like, "Whatever you do, don't eat the fruit." And I was like, okay, whatever, like no problem, because I don't like the taste of alcohol. And so I take a little sip, and like it was lovely because Hawaiian punch tastes good. You know, you can put anything in Hawaiian punch, it's gonna taste good. And I remember drinking it. And what happened to me was I felt warm, like in my stomach, and then like my shoulders loosened a little bit, and like suddenly the music just sounded really good, and like I was like laughing. I wasn't embarrassed. I knew what to do with my hands. Like my boyfriend he went from like a 6 to a 10, and like I was flirting with him, and like I was just having the time of my life. And I remember getting down to the bottom of the cup and seeing the fruit was like a pineapple and a cherry, and being like, I need that, and like popping it back. And alcohol did for me what I couldn't do for myself. And I just became a drinker. I drank as much as possible, as often as possible, and I found I was really, really good at it. Like I never got hangovers, and my tolerance got really high really fast, and everything was fine and good until the end. And at the end, I could not stop drinking. I craved it. Like I would actually think about it during the day. Think about like, oh, I can't wait to get a drink. I started drinking vodka, like really, really cheap vodka, not eating. Like everything kind of went to the side and I just drank. Like I desperately wanted to stop. I even went to detox a few times, but I just couldn't get it. It's like I wanted to stop, but I was scared of being miserable and I was scared of how life would be if I was sober all the time. And I thought like a whole life without alcohol sounds like a living hell, and I didn't want to do that. What finally happened for me, it was like all the little blocks I'd been trying to hold into place, they all crumbled at once. I remember being sentenced to my time, and they were leading me out from the holding cell to the elevator to take me to the jail. And I was being ugly and throwing a tantrum and just being disgusting. And I looked over and I saw my dad. And my dad was standing there and he looked at me and he just had this look in his eyes of like the saddest, most disgusted, frustrated. It was a look that I never want to see again. And that look stabbed me to my heart. Even though I was drunk, it stabbed me to my heart. I never wanted to see that look again. I got to my cell, I slept off my drunk a little bit, and I woke up and it was that day. That was my last drink of alcohol because something happened inside of me where I was like, I am going to get sober. I don't care what I have to do. I am completely done. I prayed. I prayed, and I didn't really have a God, but I knew my dad did, so I prayed to my dad's God. And I was like, if you're real, like, I could use all the help I could get. And I was like, whatever you fix in my life, because it's a hot mess, but whatever you fix, you can have it. I went to prison and I started going to 12-step meetings. It taught me a lot about the disease of addiction, taught me like some coping skills, like how to go about life without alcohol. The people there just understood exactly what it was like. And like right now, there's somebody in my life who's really close to me, and I think they want to quit drinking, but like they're at that place where they want to, but they just can't. And it's just the most terrifying, heartbreaking thing. And in some of our literature, there's a line. I'm going to put it up down here. It says, he cannot picture life without alcohol. Someday he will be unable to imagine life either with alcohol or without it. Then he will know loneliness such as few do. He will be at the jumping off place. He will wish for the end. And I knew that feeling. That's where I was. And I don't think I could have gotten sober until I got to the point where I was willing to do whatever I had to do. So if you're in that place, or if you know somebody who's in that place, be patient with yourself. Pray for the willingness if you're a praying person. Treatment helps. Go into treatment. There's all kinds of medications that help with, because it's a disease. Recovery is possible though. It's incredible. Love you guys.